What's up, YouTubers? So, going to be doing some rad mods this weekend on my M1009 or M009 or M1009, whatever you guys call it. Some people call it the CUCV or CUCV. I do CUCV. I do M1009. Call it what you will. So the rad mod for the weekend, get it? Rad mod. We're going to be doing the Radiator dual electric cooling fan setup, along with the wiring harness and the heater core. So I've gone through 2 heater cores in the last year and a half or so. They should be lasting a lot longer than that. Luckily, both times they went out, I was under warranty, so I only had to pay once. They come with a year warranty. I got it from O'Reilly's. But anyways, the truck's been getting kind of warm going up hills. Not really even under, I mean, a little bit of a load. I got some tools in the back sometimes, but not really any load, excluding me in the car. I don't weigh that much, I swear. But it's been getting up to like 220, 230. So I want to do the coolant system. Pretty sure that's what it is. I know that this truck has some, there's the timer on the light. Let me go put it back on. I tested the coolant. It does have some electrical current in there. I read a lot of the times when these radiators get old, a lot of the mineral buildup and the little pieces of metal, because this thing has not been ran with pure 50-50 mix its whole life. I was in the military. They probably put camel piss in it and who knows what else. So probably a lot of buildup in there. Hopefully that solves my issue. Another way to test it, they say, is you can take out each fuse one by one and then retest the coolant. That seems like a lot of work. I mean, I know this is a lot of work too, but I want to upgrade the cooling system anyways. I have a 6.5, a turbo kit off of a 6.5, pretty much complete, that I'll be putting on in the next couple months, hopefully before 2019. It's October right now, so not a whole lot of time. No, I'm sorry, it's late September. It's almost October. So hopefully I'll be able to get this radiator done tomorrow. Next month, I'm going to be doing the trans for sure. That'll going to be kind of a surprise. Nobody's done a video on that kind of trans. That'll be going into the truck. You probably can guess what that is if you're into these trucks. So this month's going to be radiator. Next month's going to be there's the light again, the trans, and then hopefully month after that I'll be able to do the turbo kit, maybe even sooner. I already have all the parts for the turbo. It's really just having the time to do it all. I'm really busy with work all the time. When I first got this truck, it came with 308 gears. I had the trans, the TH400, rebuilt, I don't know, 3 years ago now, and it has maybe 12,000 miles on it. And after I swapped to 410 gears, which I have another video on if you guys want to check that out, I had some issues with shifting. It didn't want to shift right. Maybe it was my fault. I know a lot of people say you got to adjust it right away. I waited like almost a month before I adjusted the shift points. And now it doesn't want to shift sometimes. And I can only do like, I don't know, 50 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, and it'll downshift into second gear. And then when it gets hot, it gets lower in speed. So I can be doing like 45 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden it'll shift down into second gear after going into third. So anyways, I'm having trouble with that. The other day I got home and it was hemorrhaging, the trans was. So that's not good. So I'm going to have to check that out, swap it out to something else, which you guys will see. I hope the video tomorrow helps. There's the light again. Wonderful. Hope the video tomorrow helps. The radiator dual electric fan setup, which I've never done on any vehicle before, so that'll be interesting. The wiring for that and the heater core shouldn't be too difficult. I think the hardest part is probably going to be figuring out the dual electric fan. It's a Yoshimura. Actually, let me look it up right now. I got the box out here. Let me turn this light on. Mishimoto, not Yoshimura, that's motorcycles. It's a Mishimoto dual electric fan. I ended up getting it for free 99. Don't ask me how. They actually just sent it to me, so it worked out. It was in my cart, my wish cart or whatever, and they sent it to me surprisingly when I ordered some parts from Jegs, the lift kit actually. So I'm going to be installing that tomorrow. Again, never done it before. Hopefully it helps you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I got my Nerf Jolt for protection. It's laid out here. Things get crazy. So yeah, I hope the video helps. So I was hoping to get this started a lot earlier, like, I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning. But again, busy with work. I had to get some work done last minute. Not on the truck, unfortunately. But we're going to get started by draining the radiator fluid, or the coolant, radiator fluid, coolant, slash water slash camel piss. I'm probably going to start with the easy stuff. I'll do the heater core first. So what we're going to do, I don't have like a step-by-step that I show you guys. I kind of just tell you what I do and then I do it. So first I'm going to disconnect these hoses. Usually there's a good chance you're going to want to replace these. On my truck, I replaced these about 2 years ago, so these hoses are still good. So I'm going to disconnect these hoses. Going to let the coolant drain from here. I don't have a bucket. It's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. That's what I got to use, a bin to drain it. Luckily the truck's lifted so I can fit the bin under there. So I'm going to start with the heater core, draining that. Then I'm going to drain the entire radiator. This radiator does not have a petcock, which is usually like a little drainage, I guess like a little screw or pin that you can pull from the bottom to empty the fluid. So I'm going to have to pull the lower radiator hose to get most of the fluid out from there. And then once we're done with that, I'll kind of start taking apart the shroud and since we're doing the electric fans, I'm going to take off the clutch fan. But again, I'll probably start with the heater core. Sorry if I kind of seem like I'm all over the place. It's already 3 o'clock, so I'm trying to get as much done as I can today. I'd like to finish everything today, maybe excluding the wiring for the electric fan setup. So I'm going to get draining this, and I'll let you guys know what happens next. These are just little hose clamp dealios, so you can use a flathead screwdriver or a ratchet to get those off. If you have power tools, it's going to make your life a lot quicker, a lot easier. Today I'm at home. Sometimes I work from, my dad has a shop, sometimes I work from there. It makes it a lot easier, but not today. So anyways, I'm going to get to this. Again, hope this video helps. Have a good day. Another thing, I know a lot of videos, they'll tell you like before you start working on the truck what tools you're going to need for what job. Well, I think it's time for you guys to man up and figure it out on your own. No, really though, I don't do that because most of the time, sometimes I do. I try to, I really do. But a lot of the times, these trucks have had so much, 30-some, 40-some-year-old trucks, not 40-some yet, but they're getting there, 30-some-year-old trucks. So somebody has changed something, so I'll tell you to use, I don't know, 15 millimeter or something, and then somebody changed it to freaking a ½ inch or something. So a lot of the times I won't tell you guys just because you're going to try to work on something. I figured you guys can figure out what tools you need when it comes to sizes and whatnot. So I don't do that most of the time, sometimes. So step one is a cakewalk. You're just going to remove the upper and lower hoses from the heater core. Now we're going to go on the inside, take that apart, change out the heater core, and then we'll get to the radiator afterwards. If you're having problems with your radiator like I'm having, you probably want to make sure you flush all the fluids out if you're just going to be doing heater core, or if you're just going to be doing the radiator, because a lot of the times the sediment, things that block up or cause your problems, the junk basically in the coolant is going to sit there, and that's going to cause more damage to your parts. So you're taking out the heater core, you got to come to the inside of the truck and take out the heater box, or you got some bolts and screws. There's one there, you got one down there, you can see the lights coming through. I think there's like 2 or 3 more. On my truck, a lot of them are broke. You have to take actually that whole unit off also, now that I remember. But on my truck, a lot of these are broken. A lot of the original bolts are missing, so I just kind of used what I had when I replaced the heater core before. So just be gentle. It shouldn't come out too difficult once you take out all the screws and bolts and everything. It's old, so a lot of the plastic's kind of flimsy or dried out, cracks easily. So take your time and make love to it. It'll come out no problem. So once you pull the heater core box out, here's your heater core inside. You're going to be reusing, unless yours came with it for some reason, this pad here, which is supposed to reduce vibration when the truck's running. You got bolt there, and then you got 2 at the bottom here, which you can't really tell there, and then you can tell that one a little better. So you're going to take those 4 out, then make sure you put your heater core back in the same way. Make sure you have the right heater core. The trucks with AC and without AC are different heater cores. So make sure you kind of match it up before you put it in. One side will be smaller, one side will be larger. That's where you're going to connect your obviously smaller hose smaller, bigger hose to the bigger one. Yeah, just make sure everything matches up before you put everything back together, and you should be good to go. Also, be careful not to tilt this over because there's still going to be some coolant in there.